You know what's funny? I was one of those people who always liked Google+, but kind of forgot it existed once it was disintegrated from YouTube. My YouTube functionality doesn't even work all that well these days, so whatever. But I was reminded recently that it exists when I found out that a couple of people were trying to get around my disabled comments by commenting there. Kind of a shame my last association with Google+ will probably be a couple of people circle jerking one another. One of them was talking about how my last video basically tried to draw from the Laci Green issue a larger problem with feminism. And the funny thing is that they've commented on my videos several times in the past. If they're not subscribed, they've certainly been following me for a while. Yeah, so they were here before I removed the 200-ish videos from my channel. They were here when I was having problems with feminism, and for somebody who brought up Thunderfoot, they certainly had no problem pulling his tactics of ignoring everything else that I said in order to try and make a point. I won't call the user out by username. I've shut down my Google Plus comments, but if they're still following, they probably know who they are, and they're probably going to be incensed by this. But they are part of the problem, or one of the problems anyway. See, I shut down my channel that had 200-ish videos on it at the time. I started disabling comments because of the feminist community, not because of the anti-feminists or the anti-social justice warriors, not because of homophobes or transphobes or the alt-right or any of those people, but because of the people who call themselves feminists on YouTube. Although some of those people are homophobes and transphobes and misogynists and probably racists. I don't, being white, get the full brunt of that, so Laci Green is not the reason that I have a problem with the feminist community of YouTube. The feminist community of YouTube has turned on Laci Green in a way that I think is indicative of a problem I've been talking about for quite some time. I used to do videos called Case in Point, where somebody would ironically make my point after I said it. This would be one of those instances, in my opinion. And this is one of my big problems with YouTube feminism. This is not the only one either. It's not the only one I've talked about. But, since I've been called out, let's do this. Okay, so, I didn't even need to take the red pill to be branded an anti-feminist. All I wanted to do was not be threatened with death or bodily harm or rape by feminists, because I thought that this was a rather disgusting thing for people who talk about rape culture and talk about how evil the cishet white male is to do to other people, especially people with a background with trauma with these exact things. That's right. My position in the quote-unquote feminist community of YouTube actually ended up having little to do with my opinion on the rights of women. It had everything to do with whether or not I would play nice with certain people who had threatened me. And the feminist community of YouTube did predictably what I expected it would. It rallied around abusive men. It rallied around people who made threats of violence and rape and other such things. It went to bat. It attacked me because now that I don't agree with one of their friends, I must be an anti-feminist. Because the only way either party here seems to think, the feminists and the anti-feminists at large, is that if you're not with us, you're against us. And if you're against us, then all bets are off. That any tactic, even the ones that we have claimed are reprehensible, is now a valid tactic to use on somebody. And this is basically what I was complaining about with Laci Green too, except it happened to me first, and I didn't have to schmooze with Sargon of Akkad. I didn't have to invite anyone on my channel. I didn't have to be friends with Shoe on Head. No, all I had to do was be threatened and not like it. Not like something that I have been told by the feminist community is bad, that I've been told by the social justice community is bad. But when it came time for them to step up and actually say, no, we don't want to tolerate this, instead, they decided to go on the attack. Bunchy decided to go on the attack. I think the guy who commented actually decided to defend some of these people to me before. So, yeah, it's nothing about this specific instance. This is just another piece in a larger case a case that is quite often personal, but not always. See, I'm kind of disgusted by this whole it's okay to dehumanize the enemy thing. I'm never gonna do the Laci Green thing. I'm never going to take the red pill. I won't be having anti-feminists on this channel, and in fact, I think most anti-feminists are probably in the camp that's going to dehumanize me in the first place, so I'm not sure why that would happen, but I'll save that for another video. The point being that, I haven't changed my politics, I haven't changed my stance, but somehow I'm suddenly an anti-feminist because I don't like your friends, the friends that you have sheltered. A bunch of you have sheltered or supported when they've done horrible things or when they've just simply been awful to the people they're supposed to be helping, when they condescend women, when they condescend gay, lesbian, bisexual, and trans people, when they condescend people of color in the so-called social justice community. I really wish more people would actually take a stand against these supposed feminists who don't care about women and social justice warriors who don't care about social justice, but I've been on the receiving end of what happens when you do. You get attacked, or you just get blocked, or you get branded an anti-feminist, which opens you up for more attacks or harassment or other things that I won't get into here. Dick Coughlin had a fit over Thunderfoot leaving the skeptic community because, what's a community or whatever. And he's got it completely ass backwards because that's all this is. That's all any of this is. This is communities. This is teams. This is people fighting other people. And the skeptic part doesn't matter. The feminist part doesn't matter. The social justice part doesn't matter. All that really matters is who your friends are. And I think Dick knows this because his friends are the problem, and he's gone to bat for them too. And he's gone to tear down those uppity women who dare disagree with him. The feminist community of YouTube is an absolute fucking joke because it not only allows in but supports and defends abusive, threatening, harassing men, people who are utterly misogynistic, and yet somehow will be defended by people who claim to care about women's issues, women's rights, gender equality. But yeah, it must just be this one Laci Green incident that I have a problem with, not a systemic and long-running issue that I've had and talked about in the past. So whatever, because I know that I'm just talking over people's heads. The decisions have already been formed. I've already been branded an anti-feminist. I am already a misogynistic enemy who is utterly against everything that you stand for, and fair game to keep attacking. And to the commenter who decided that they wouldn't respect me until I restored my comment section, well, first off, if I ever restore my comment section, you're blocked, so you're not going to be able to comment even then. But yeah, you specifically have contributed to the toxicity of this community, and you are one of the people that are part of the reason that I don't want to engage with that community anymore. The toxic community that is so bad that I have actually given up hope for decent discussion without it being bogged down in other things. You can complain all you want that I've shut down my comment section, that I'm censoring your free speech. Yeah, I'm not required to host your opinions on my platform. If you really, really have something to say, make a response video. You've got like 200 videos up on your channel. You certainly know how to do it. And the beautiful thing is, I won't have to see it. So with that, thanks for listening. Amaranth out.